This week we had an unusual circumstance. A gentleman came in and asked us or told us that he needed to surrender some mice.
That's the executive director of the New Hampshire SPCA, the Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. And,
you want to take this one? No, it's your story too, go ahead. Just let the lady talk.
It was 150 mice, and we said we would have to pace that. Well, we received the first 3 containers and there were about 75 mice. Over the next 3 days, we received almost 500 mice. And what I've learned so far this morning is that we probably have close to another 500 on their way in today.
You heard right. As this lady told the Associated Press, by Friday morning, about 500 of us made our way to this animal shelter in New Hampshire, with the total number of mice eventually reaching about 1,000 of us guys.
And girls. Sorry, and girls. That's actually part of the problem. I said I was sorry.
A female that's, say, 6 months old could have 10 to 14 perhaps. And so when you have, you can only imagine out of 500 mice, 50% of them are female. It's an enormous problem. This is something that got out of control.
I mean, come on. This is not our fault. Everyone here is hot as hell. Obviously, and as the shelter said in a press release,
we weren't separated by sex and we've been reproducing uncontrolled at an alarming rate. And the shelter's struggling to manage this kilo of furry little Nick Cannons like us.
And even though we're just mice, listen to yourself. Have some self-respect. Sorry, we're pet mice. Pet mice, fancy mice. Friendly, curious, highly social. Yes, all those things. Amorous. But still, we're mice.
So even though these are mice and they're little, to take in a volume of 450 mice in a week is crippling, really.
Now, just to be clear, this is a huge upgrade for us.
Given that we've been living in, quote, filthy plastic tubs that hadn't been cleaned in what appeared to be a long time.
Didn't put a damper on the mood. Well, regardless, the shelter still has standards.
You've got to have bowls for each of them. You've got to have food for them and bedding. And bedding, is a consumable. It goes quickly, so does feed. So there's a lot of costs that get involved in this.
So yeah, as the Associated Press notes, part of the shelter's cat pavilion has since been turned into a mouse hospital and hotel.
By the way, could you have not put us in the cat pavilion? The optics alone.
And while some other New England area shelters have taken in some of us, this particular rescue is still seeking donations and foster families.
We've always had small rodents as pets, rats, mice, hamsters, the whole 9, so.
That's a woman who heard about this predicament, adopted 4 of us, and spoke to the AP, even though she had recently told her kids, no more rodents.
I resent that. Don't let perfect be the enemy of good.
I just figured I could help out. We have all the setup and everything I need at home already, so I figured, what the hell?
Yeah, what the hell? So if you want to adopt one of us guys, or girls, sorry, or even just make a donation. Y'all look very similar.
If you live in New Hampshire, you can fill out this form to express your interest in fostering, where you'll attest to whether or not your living situation is carnival-like.
Because come on, we might be horned up, rapidly reproducing mice that are overwhelming a shelter, but we're not animals. Yes, we are. Oh yeah, big time. Yeah, you're right, we are animals. We're completely animals. That's all we are.
Most of them, if they're friendly, like to be handled, but carefully, and they're just fun to watch.
Speaking of fun to watch, this is at the News Refresh, where every day we put out new funny, weird, and strange news videos for you to enjoy. If you like rodent content, check out this other video we just put out, where we also made use of the same costume, where we covered Chicago earning the coveted title of rattiest city in America for 10 years running. Squeak, squeak.